Good evening, seekers of forgotten truths and echoes of time. Tonight, we delve into a chronicle not merely remembered, but endlessly relived. A story of a fate so profound, so unyielding, that it traps its subject in an eternal loop of sorrow. Imagine witnessing the end of your world, not once, but countless times, powerless to change a single agonizing detail. This is the heart of the Chronicles' curse, and tonight we unravel the tale of Elara and the tragic fall of Eldoria. Our story begins in Eldoria, a city of shimmering spires and whispered legends, a beacon of peace nestled by the Azure River. Its ancient stones hummed with history, its gardens bloomed with impossible colors, and its people lived under the gentle gaze of a benevolent sun. Elara, a scholar with eyes that held the wisdom of ages, lived a life interwoven with its ancient tapestries. Her days were spent among scrolls and starlight, her nights filled with dreams of discovery. Her world was complete, especially with her younger brother, Lyra, a boy whose laughter was Eldoria's brightest melody, a beacon of pure joy in her quiet life. He was her anchor, her hope, her entire future. But even the brightest days must face their twilight. On one fateful dawn, the whispers turned to roars. The distant shadows became a crushing reality. The invaders came, a tide of iron and flame, sweeping away centuries of peace in mere hours. The air, once sweet with jasmine, became thick with smoke and the metallic tang of fear. The vibrant marketplace, once a symphony of bartering and laughter, dissolved into a cacophony of screams and crashing stone. Elara's memory of that day is a tapestry of terror, vivid and unyielding. The screams, the heat, the acrid smell of burning parchment, the desperate, unreasoning panic that seized the city. Her singular focus, a burning ember in the heart of the inferno, Lyra. She remembers the frantic dash through crumbling streets, dodging falling debris, pushing past panicked crowds. Her lungs burned, her legs ached, but a primal instinct propelled her forward. Lyra, she knew, had a habit of seeking refuge in the highest places when frightened. A peculiar comfort he found in the panoramic view. She raced towards the Tower of Whispers, a magnificent structure that had stood for 1,000 years, now a skeletal silhouette against the inferno. She could hear his faint cries, a tiny, desperate sound amidst the roar of destruction. She reached him, her hand outstretched, just as the ancient stone groaned, then gave way. The tower, a symbol of Eldoria's endurance, was now its tomb. His eyes, wide with fear, met hers for a final, agonizing second before the darkness claimed him. And then her. The weight of the world, of Eldoria, of Lyra's last breath, crushed her into oblivion. But death was not her escape. Instead, Elara awoke. The sunbeam, warm and golden, filtered through her window, landing on her familiar bedsheets. The familiar scent of morning dew drifted in from the garden. The distant sounds of Eldoria before the storm, the gentle murmur of the river, the faint clang of the blacksmith, the laughter of children playing in the square. It was the same day, again, Confusion warred with a chilling realization. A cold dread, far more potent than any fire, began to spread through her veins. She had been here before. Every sound, every shadow, every fleeting moment of peace was a cruel echo. The date on her calendar, the exact position of the sun, the specific dream she had just woken from, all identical. Her heart pounded with a renewed, desperate hope. This time, she would change it. She would save Lyra. She tried everything. She screamed warnings, her voice raw and hoarse, but her words were dismissed as the ravings of a distraught scholar. She begged the guards, pleaded with the city elders, her pleas falling on deaf ears, met with skeptical glances and patronizing smiles. She fought with the ferocity of a cornered lioness, grabbing a rusty sword, attempting to join the city's meager defense, but she was no warrior, and her efforts were futile, swiftly overwhelmed. She took different paths, hid Lyra in different places, even tried to flee the city entirely, dragging her bewildered brother towards the distant mountains. But the curse was absolute. The invaders arrived at the same hour, their war cries echoing with chilling familiarity. The tower crumbled at the same moment, its ancient stones raining down like tears of a dying god. And Lyra was always there, caught in the inevitable collapse, his final gaze forever etched into her soul. No matter her frantic efforts, no matter her desperate pleas, the outcome remained unchanged. Each death, a fresh wound, tearing at the fabric of her being. Each awakening, a deeper despair, eroding her hope, her sanity. The city fell, again and again, and with it, her brother and her spirit. How many times can a heart break before it turns to dust? Ilara knew every cobblestone, every hidden alley, every desperate plea, every last breath of Eldoria. The faces of the doomed became intimately familiar. The baker who always offered her a warm loaf, the old storyteller who spun tales in the square, the young lovers who would die hand in hand. She saw acts of heroism, moments of cowardice, fleeting kindnesses amidst the terror. She knew where the first arrow would strike, where the final wall would fall. She knew the exact moment the great bell of Eldoria would crack, signaling the city's ultimate demise. This intimate, horrifying knowledge became her ultimate torment. She was a ghost in her own tragedy, a prophet of doom, unable to alter a single line of the prophecy. The cycles continued, each one a mirror of the last, yet each one subtly different in her own internal experience. Sometimes she was filled with a burning rage, lashing out at the unfairness of it all. Other times, a profound sorrow enveloped her, rendering her movements slow and heavy. She tried to memorize every detail, every nuance, hoping to find the flaw in the loop, the single thread she could pull to unravel the curse. But there was no flaw. There was only the inevitable. Eventually, the frantic struggle gave way to a quiet, profound resignation. The fire of hope, once a roaring inferno, dwindled to a single, flickering ember. She stopped trying to change the outcome. Instead, she began to simply observe, to walk through the dying city, holding Lyra's hand for as long as she could, whispering stories of their future that would never be. She would point out the last blooming rose in the palace garden, the way the light caught the dust motes in the collapsing library, the defiant last stand of an unknown guard. She found a strange, melancholic beauty in the inevitable, a tragic ballet of fate playing out before her eternal eyes. The curse had not just trapped her in time, it had transformed her into Eldoria's eternal chronicler, forced to live its final chapter endlessly, a silent witness to a sorrow that was both personal and universal. She learned to cherish the fleeting moments of peace before the chaos, the quiet conversations with Lyra, the simple warmth of his hand in hers. These moments, though doomed, became her only solace. The curse, in its cruelty, had also gifted her an infinite canvas to experience the full spectrum of Eldoria's final day, from its initial serenity to its ultimate destruction. Over and over, she was the city's memory, its living archive of pain and beauty. Ilara's curse is a poignant reminder of fate's relentless grip and the unbearable weight of knowing what is to come, yet being powerless to prevent it. Her story, like so many others, is not just told, but lived, an echo across the ages, a heartbeat in the grand tapestry of existence. It asks us to ponder the nature of time, of choice, and of the stories we are destined to carry. What would you do if you were trapped in such a chronicle? Could you find peace in the repetition? Or would despair claim you? Could you, like Ilara, find a quiet dignity in witnessing the unchangeable? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If Ilara's journey through eternal sorrow resonated with you, please consider giving this video a like and subscribe to the Order of the Chroniclers for more tales that breathe, more destinies that echo. Until our next chronicle, may your own stories be ever unfolding and your paths ever free. Good night.